from which there is no return. It's not a brawl. It's an ancient dance. Two forces of nature colliding in harmony as they have for hundreds and hundreds of years before. And what happens in those 8 seconds can create legacies that span for generations. To conquer without risk is to triumph without glory. This is the PBR.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived. Hello now. Valerie here with you, standing next to Glenn Morgs. Glenn Morgs. This is a huge night. That crowd out there is absolutely massive. It's going to be a great night of bull riding.
Well, it certainly is, Simon. We've brought the rankest bulls to Nowra that we possibly could from the eastern states of Australia, right from Mackay, North Queensland, down into Victoria. It is going to be sensational and a race for the championship. 4 rounds yet to go to determine the champion, but it comes down to tonight. It's important. There's 3 or 4 guys really clustered at the top.
Well, it is. It's the pointy end of the season. We can only take 20 into the grand final in Townsville in just under 2 months' time. But like you said, there's a battle going on right now. Kurt Shepherd, well out in front, but he's looking over his shoulder because there's a couple of cowboys hot on his heels.
Yeah, that's right. The Brazilians, they struck gold last weekend in Orange. Liam has moved up into 2nd place. Clint Glass, he's won 2 circuit championship gold buckles. He's moved into number 3. And, of course, it goes from there on down. But, of course, those 3 guys need to strike some cash here tonight if they're going to hold their position.
Now, as we said, there's 20 grand on the line here tonight. So there's a huge chunk of change, but it's more about the points for those cowboys. And obviously, the rankest bulls in the country, which you touched on earlier. Who have you got your eye on? Who are you loving that we're going to see out there tonight?
Oh, of course, Sky High. He's a bull that marks 43.5 points most weekends. Mr. T's up. It's going to be great. The bulls from North Queensland, the Victorians, and then you bring in all the ones from New South Wales. I can honestly say, with my hand on the heart, tonight's pen of bulls is as rank as I've seen in all of Australia this season.
Well, we've got 2 full rounds, so that's how it's going to go tonight, folks. The Cowboys are going to get 2 chances at it. There will not be a championship round. It's a straight-up 2 rounds of competition. So if they buck off in the first round, they better roll those sleeves up and get it done, because it's going to come down to points, and we'll be looking to see who can ride 2 tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. The aggregate, it's important for that gold buckle for the year-end champions. And then all these guys, 3 more events here in New South Wales, Queensland, and then it's to Townsville. The big cash is up there.
Oh, big cash indeed. Well, I've only got one more question for you, Nowra. Are you ready for the PBR? Oh, I'm afraid we are going to have to be much louder than that. Are we ready for the PBR?
I've been having dreams about falling in love. It feels so real, but nobody is here when I wake up. Do you know my name? The devil's in the detail. I'm a natural born killer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are set, we are ready to bring to you the best of the best, the Challenge of Champions, with $20,000 on the line. Let's welcome into the arena tonight the challengers for this 2025 series in Nowra, the Yeti Challengers. Welcome from Orange, New South Wales. Let's give it up for Billy Nell. From Poonaroo, New Zealand, Daryl McPherson. From Dungog, New South Wales, Thomas Hudson. From Corindai, Ashton Sweeney. From Bloomsbury, Queensland, Brumbury Vandenberg. And from Oberon, Charlie Bailey. From Tura, Victoria, Kelsey Pavlo. From Mount Walker, Queensland, Dan Rulin. From Gracemere, Queensland, Nash Mellors. From Tumut, Dylan Weir. And all the way from Vazi Paulista, Brazil, Diego Galdino. From Oberon, Jack Rollinson. From Calliope, Ben Bode. From Rio Branco, Brazil, Alison Aguilera. From Central Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, Riley Ward. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they are without any doubt the challengers of tonight's Yeti series. But in all sports, in all nations around the world, we have our challengers and we have our champions. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the first of our champions. He won the bull riding this season in Hawkesbury and Armidale, 31 years of age, from Corindai, New South Wales, ranked number 3 this year, Clint Glass. From Athol, Queensland, the 2023 Rookie Bull Riding Champion of Australia, with big wins this season at the Sydney Monster Energy Stadium. Let's give it up for Zane Hall. And as we come down to the race for the Gold Buckle Championship in 2025, this young man is 32 years of age. He is from Pereira, Brazil. He won the bull riding last Saturday night in Orange. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Brazilian Luam Christian Camara. And without any doubt, the man that holds the number 1 position on the PBR Tour in Australia for 2025. 31 years of her age, from Mareeba, North Queensland, with lifetime earnings of $290,000 bull riding. Let's hear it for the one and only Kurt Shepard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if I could at this time, if I could ask everyone to stand for a few short moments. And gentlemen, if you could please remove your headwear, as I'd like to perform the cowboy prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we pause at this time, mindful of the many blessings you have bestowed upon us. We ask, Lord, that you will be with us in this arena of life. We as cowboys do not ask for special favours. However, we do ask, Lord, that you'll help us live our lives here on earth as cowboys in such a manner that when we make that last inevitable ride to the country up there where the grass grows lush, green and stirrup high and the waters run cool, clear and deep, that you'll take us by the hand and say, "Welcome to heaven, cowboy. Your entry fees are paid." And ladies and gentlemen, I would like now to introduce into the main arena to perform our very own Australian national anthem by Lola Major.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. for toil. Our home is kept by sea. Our land abound in nature's gifts of beauty rich and in history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
Hey! Well, the beautiful vocals of Lola Major. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as our professional bull riders vacate the arena and get set for action, we'd like to draw to your attention the big screen and to give you an insight to tonight's PBR competition. We'd like you to observe PBR 101.
Bull riding, the toughest sport on dirt. How's it scored? First, the basics. The athlete must stay on the bull for 8 seconds. The clock starts when the bull's shoulders or hips have cleared the chute. The athlete must ride with only one hand gripping the bull rope. The clock will stop when the rider loses his grip from the bull rope, or when any part of his body hits the ground before the 8-second ride is over. If that happens, the result is a no score. If he touches the bull or any part of his own body with the free hand or arm before the 8-second ride is over, the rider is disqualified. The athlete's ride and the bull's performance are judged separately. Officials score the bull on how hard the bull bucks, how high he kicks, power, speed, and direction change. Athletes are scored by their control, rhythm, and how they match movement with the bull. If a rider wants to earn extra points, they can do so by pulling their leg away from the bull to demonstrate control. There are a total of 100 points available for a qualified ride. That is 50 points for the rider and 50 points for the bull. An average score will be in the 80s, where an exceptional ride will be in the 90s. Judges may award a re-ride for various reasons, such as a foul, or if the bull underperforms. The athlete with the highest accumulated point total from the entire event becomes the winner.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity now to introduce to you our officials of tonight's competition. Our judges here this weekend, Mr. Dean Pace and Mr. Clayton Lane. The arena director, the man that you'll see inside the arena, is Mr. Mick Gray.
Well, and there are 3 men that need a very special introduction. These guys are as tough as they come, the angels of the dirt. I'm talking about our Snowy River Caravan protection athletes. Please welcome to the arena, Nick Wilson, Eric Richardson, and Zach Ma.
Well, as we look to the big screen, ladies and gentlemen, this is the matchups in our first round. From Mount Walker, Queensland, Dan Rulin. He's on a bull called On Bail. That's from the Swain Bucking Bulls. Jack Rollinson, the boy from Oberon, 27 years of age, highwayman. Zane Hall. Now there's a matchup, the Rookie of the Year on Jungle Full of Hillbillies. Will also be out in this round, represented on the Diamond S Bucking Bulls. And then you throw in Alison Aguilera.
The Brazilian's Night Train he's got, then Billy Nell, that local orange cowboy, Midnight Special, and then Luan Christian Camira, rank 2. He's got Kickstart My Heart. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's no more waiting around. It is time. Round 1, Section 1, brought to you by Ranch Water, the official tequila of the PBR.
Well, we're going to get set to go. First man out in this round of the competition is Dan Rulin, Mount Walker, Queensland. And the bull that he's drawn On Bail. Now, this bull is from the Swain Cattle Company out of Willow Tree in northern New South Wales. The bull itself has been out 43 times on the PBR Tour, only ever ridden on 12 occasions. Once was 2 weeks ago by Kurt Shepherd, our reigning number one man, down at Hawkesbury.
Well, this is an exciting start. Dan Rulin, it's a draw. Every bull rider that we see tonight, they have been randomly drawn. So Dan Rulin gets a chance to be the first cab off the rank. So Nowra, we're going to need you to support our Cowboys tonight. Your cheers, your noise will help them do their job as they find the energy, find the effort they need to get them through tonight's competition. As you said, on bail. It's a quality bull here. Kurt Shepherd showed how it was done for Dan Rulin just a couple of weekends ago. Let's go, Dan!
Well, come on, folks. Let's ride with him. Come on now. Oh, man. 6.63 seconds.
Wow, nothing wrong with that ride from Dan Rulin. He was in it all the way. Just on bail. Took him out the back there at the end.
Well, he's hit the review button early. Got a few rounds. This is as good a start as I've seen Dan do most this season. Really got out around that first corner. But what happens with a review, Simon?
Well, we're about to find out what he's actually challenging here, but these Cowboys are going to put their hands in their pockets and they are going to say, you know what, I want to have a look at this again. I want to see about the time. I want to see whether it started when the gate opened, when that shoulder of the bull passed that plane, and then when his hand or that free hand touched. So he's asked the officials to have another look at it for him. Obviously, in his head, he's felt like he went the 8.
Well, it is, and you're talking 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds. Now, that's not a long time, but when you're on the back of a bull, such as on bail, it can seem like an eternity.
Well, somewhat of a Hail Mary there. And 6.91 is the official time. It is Cowboy down for Dan Rulin.
Well, judges will take back up their position as we get ready to refocus and regrip on our next competitor. Looks like the attention shifting down to the Can-Am bucking chute. Jack Rollinson, one of the locals from Oberon. We call him a local. He loves this area, the South Coast. Big fan of the bull ridings down in this part of the world. 27 years of age, one to watch, and the bull is drawn once again from the Swain Cattle Company.
Well, Highwayman. 2 times he's been out. We actually haven't seen any of the Cowboys able to get the job done. Diego Galdino had his opportunity. Jack Rollinson as well. And that's where we've got this matchup. So Jack Rollinson finds himself back on this bull. Only a couple of weekends ago in Hawkesbury, he found himself on this bull. He now gets a second chance at a bit of redemption. Maybe we can get a bull ride here tonight.
Well, this guy's one of those real quiet achievers. Let's see his best work done inside the arena, but man, the Swain Cattle Company, those bulls have really come a long, long way in a short period of time. They've got him on the ground tonight with a 2.09, so that bull's now gone 3 for 3, unridden, representing the Swain Cattle Company.
Oh, just too much power. You touched on this earlier tonight as well, Morgs. The quality of these bulls that we're going to see here tonight. They got Jack Rollinson up so high and then boom, down they came.
Well, we're going to go this time with a man from Athol, Queensland. 2023, he was crowned the Australian Rookie of the Year in bull riding competition. His biggest win this season was at Sydney at the Entertainment Centre. He won the Monster Energy State of Origin Bull Riding Series. Tonight, hey, this is bull from the Diamond S Bucking Bulls, Brian Scott. The bull is called Jungle Full of Hillbillies.
Wow. 12 times. This is it. Let's go, Zane.
Well, this is a good start. This is what we need, Zane. Come on, folks. A little crowd participation. Come on. Well, he loves the big nights, the big stage, and it's seen as set. First man to qualify.
Wow, Jungle Full of Hillbillies. Absolutely gave it his all, but Zane Hall able to come over the top. How about 83.5 points, folks? Not a bad start at all.
Well, a perfect ball. He was into his office, into his riding hand. And that is the form that took him to the 2023 Bull Riding Championship. Zane Hall, one of two brothers, following on in a legacy. Third generation of the Hall family, all rodeo athletes.
We talked about the internationals that we've got here, the Brazilians, the Kiwis. This is one of those cowboys, Alison Aguilar. He has got himself there on train. Now, this cowboy has a smile that will light up the night sky. He is all about bull riding. Doesn't speak a lot of English, folks, but one thing he knows is bull riding. And if he can get a start, he should make it all the way.
Well, he had big numbers at Cairns earlier this year. Back in July, he was 86.25 on ambush. He was 85.75 on manshake. Let's see if the Brazilians are on tonight. Hey, looking good, folks. Once again, come on, ride with him. International Brazilian.
Ho-ho!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the crowd and audience, make a little noise. Come on, folks, get rowdy. Wow.
Oh, well, that is what you want from the Brazilians. What a start. His countrymen would be looking over the back of those chutes. Big fist pumps. Allison is on the board as well. Another 83.5 points there, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, man, this is the positive energy that makes bull riding as exciting as it is. We are getting numbers up early. We're going to move along, slide into a young man that's his rookie season in bull riding. Placed third last weekend in Orange. This time we're going to get set to go with Billy Nell. 19 years of age, one of our youngest in the competition. Now this is Midnight Special. Been out 40 times, qualified on 10 occasions. Come on, folks, he's from Orange, 19 years of age. Well, that bull riding rope, hands stuck tight. Well, the protection athletes, what an amazing job they do once again. Billy Nell, it's all about the experience gain here tonight.
Now, as you just saw there from Allison, the Brazilian getting it done, Luan, he was on fire last weekend in Orange. It was cold, it's hot tonight, but Luan, it doesn't matter whether it's a snowstorm or a firestorm, this cowboy has the goods.
Moved into number 2 in the situation is really unfolding. The situation is a qualified ride here this weekend could well and truly move him a little closer to Kurt Shepherd in the overall competition. What a matchup. Kickstart My Heart. 37 ounce, only ever ridden on 8 occasions. Let's go with the Brazilian. Number 2 out. Oh, well, that is not going to help his legacy for a bull riding championship gold buckle, taking a no score in tonight's round of our competition.
Custom designed for your adventures, to take the road less traveled, to discover this land's natural beauty. Engineered and tested for the rugged environment. Experience more with Snowy River Caravans.
Well, I've got to say, this is a pretty special opportunity for me to come back here behind the chutes. I've got one of our stock contractors here, Scott Mains from Mains Bucking Bulls. Scott, it's a big night like this, and do the Bulls feel this sort of energy from the crowd?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Like, it's a really good night. It's a good feeling. So, like, yeah, they all look good, so I'd imagine it'll be good.
We talked about it earlier, Morgs and I, that we've got some ranked bulls here tonight with no short go. We've got the toughest of the tough mixed in through the night. Who are some of the bulls from your pen we should be looking out for?
No, I'm going to say Canadian clubs down there with one of the guys from Brazil and Bar 911 Conquistador, maybe Del Rio. They're kind of three that do the job.
How do you come up with the names?
Usually I don't come up with many good ones. It's either Nicky or my daughter or someone, but they don't really let me name money.
Mate, well, look, it's a pleasure to take the moment with you. I appreciate that. I know you're a busy man back here. Morgs, it is chaos. It is exciting. But a night like tonight, we wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No, that's for sure, Simon, as we look to the leaderboard, the Monster Energy leaderboard here in Nowra. 2 qualified rides neck and neck. It's going to be a battle for that championship. Our 2023 rookie champion, Zane Hall, has capped off where he finished in Sydney, 83.5. And one of our Brazilians, Alison Aguilera, 83.5. They have qualified in the opening section of this division.
Well, if you want to get your hands on those Beef Chief beef jerky, head over to the merch stand. You're going to find them. Well, Morgs, look at this matchup here we got for Section 2.
Well, it's good because we've got Charlie Bailey, 24 years of age from Oberon, MG locating Filthy Rich. Nash Mellors down from Gracemere, another one of the teenage boys, Hillbilly Bandit. And Ben Bode from Calliope, Queensland, Chavez. Now, that could well be the matchup. He was on fire at the start of 2025.
He was. Daryl McPherson there, one of our Kiwis we're going to see tonight. Potorua, New Zealand, Handsome Jack. We flip the page. We look at Clint Glass, one of those Cowboys announced at the start. Blackjack is his bull. Riley Wool, another Kiwi in the section on BJ. And then to finish us off, Thomas Hudson on Checkmate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get in the next section of action. It's time for round 1, section 2, brought to you by Ariat, the official cowboy boots of the PBR.
Well, we're going to jump straight into the man that's 24 years of age, placed in the bull riding last weekend. He is one of the solid contenders, Charlie Bailey. But the bull that he's drawn, he comes in with a reputation. This is MSG locating Filthy Rich. From the Lazy G Bucking Bulls, has been out 31 times, only ever ridden on 6 occasions, for an average score of 85.5 points.
It's a mouth-watering matchup for Charlie Bailey. He looks at this, and if he really wants to stamp himself, he's sitting there 25th. We talked about it before. It's all about Townsville, the grand final, where that 100 grand cash is on the line. He's got to put a ride together. This is a bull to get him some big numbers. Let's go, Charlie.
Well, he was a little flat, he was a little fast. And unfortunately tonight, Charlie was just a little off his game. You've got to jump at that opportunity. He drew well, that bull was out good. Beautiful bull to score high on. However, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He wasted an opportunity here tonight. Disappointing for the Oberon bull rider.
We look at the Snowy River Caravan replay. Morgs seemed to start okay, though.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The bull was nice and even, square, had no real hooks in him. It was just a matter of just staying positive throughout the duration.
Well, we moved from a cowboy like that to a cowboy like this, and this is Nash Mellors from Gracemere, Queensland. Now, Nash is young, he's excitable, and Hillbilly Bandit from Lazy G Pro Boss Partnership is exactly like that as well, a young, excitable bull.
Well, I tell you something, he may be a teenager, but sure as hell doesn't ride like a teenager. He is fearless. Come on, let's do this. I can't hear you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I said it. He is fearless. 19 years of age. They don't come any better. From Gracemere, Queensland. Wow, numbers have come through. He's going to like it. 84 points.
Oh, we've got a new leader. Nash Mellors. Look at him go in the Snowy River Caravan replay. Full of grit, full of positivity. He wanted it more.
Well, I guess when you're that fearless, you haven't got the sense of fear and danger and the pain that many of our senior bull riders may have. He got out there, he put it on the line as I expected and got it done for 84 points.
Well, look, where there's one, there's two. Here's an opportunity now for this cowboy we see taking his raps. Ben Bode. He's also from up that way, Calliope, Queensland. He would have seen what Nash just did. He wants to feed on the back of that. And Chavez from Lazy G Bucking Bulls is standing in his way.
Well, here's a bull that's bucked off some big names. He took down Billy Nell at Orange last weekend, Zane Hall at Hawkesbury, Diego Galdino, Cody Hodson, Matt Thomas Triplett, Charlie Bailey. They've been all bucked off this bull in recent time. Chavez has been out 16 times, has only ever been ridden on 2 occasions for an average of 82.
You know what? I've got a good feeling about this. He's a strong, tall cowboy. He's very focused with his bull riding at the moment. And he's just looking to click in. He's sitting there in a good position from the start of that year. He got in there. He's sitting at 8th. So he's got his seat in that grand final, but he still wants to get himself higher up that table.
Yeah, I recall earlier on in the year, it was way back at some of them big events when we first started off, he really put his name out there and did each and every one of those events proud. And we'll certainly see him at the national finals come Townsville. Can-Am Bucking Shoot. Oh, man.
Wow.
Wow.
Not to be for night for Ben Bode there on his first out, but he will get a second shot at it. He will get a second shot at trying to put himself in some money. Talk us through there, Morgs, on that replay. Looks like he's too far back.
Yeah, and the bull scattered out of there a little. He was out quick and fast. He took 2 or 3, flung his head left, flung his head, and then it was back to the right. And by that point of time, he had him off his bull riding rope. His hips had slipped back off position. And when you get that far back, the centrifugal force is just going to aeroplane you out of there.
Well, one of our Kiwis, and listen to the tune that comes behind it. How many Kiwi fans we got in the house here tonight? Okay, a few in Nowra. Good to see. Daryl McPherson. Handsome Jack is the bull from K3F Farley Bucking Bulls. We haven't seen this bull yet.
Yeah, I tell you, let's in a little secret. I see these things that happen behind the scene. This bull is ranked. He's from the Farley family, the Farley Bucking Bulls. They keep them out of Cessnock, a little town called Allalong. And I tell you, he has been bred in the purple. The genetics are there, and I'll be highly surprised if he doesn't perform. Handsome Jack, the Kiwi Cowboys have come here with a vengeance, had a big win. They're in Sydney at the start of the season down at the meat stock event. Now let's see if they can back it up here tonight. It's Handsome Jack time.
Wow, man. Handsome Jack moonwalking out of the bucking chute there. Daryl McPherson clutching at that riding arm. Never a good sign there where a cowboy, obviously all the weight being pulled through that shoulder. We've got a challenge button has been hit.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. He's going to pay the $200 challenge. Now, the situation is, in our PB Tour, we will have the judges review the start of that ride. Now, we're going to look to see if in any way humanly possible this bull actually fouled him throughout the course of the start. Whilst he did back out, he may not have hit him at all, and that's what the judges are going to look. They're going to go to the video replay and review the start on this situation.
Well, our judge right there, you can see Dean Pace. He's a very, very experienced judge indeed. Having a look over it. He'll go back, he'll talk to our broadcast director there, Lewis, sitting down to the left, and he'll try and find some angles just to see, as you said, whether that bull had a clean chip. And you know what? It's cowboy down.
Yeah, you know, Simon, I don't dare say what I think. It's not my job to call the action. But from what I could see, and I think all the general public could see, that bull did not actually foul him. Whilst it backed out, may have been a little awkward, and that's why we have such a very intense review situation. We want to give everyone a fair opportunity, but everyone plays by the same rules in this sport.
Well, this cowboy wastes no time in the buck and shoot. Clint Glass, Willow Tree, New South Wales. Blackjack's the bull. Let's watch him ride.
Come on, Clint. Let's get around that corner, cowboy. Wow. Man. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't come any ranker than Blackjack from the Farley Ranch. Put your hands together for Clint Glass's effort here tonight on a bull that comes with a big reputation, Blackjack.
Oh, man, I also want to pay special moment here to these Snow River Caravan Protection athletes. Look at them go to work. Clint Glass, nothing wrong with this guy's grit and determination. But now he's in a world of hurt. Oh, man. Dear, oh dear.
You got a bull that weighs nearly 900 kilos with a foot either side of his upper body. Man, it's got to hurt. It's got to hurt.
We'll just check on Clint Glass there. The medics are with him now out the back. We'll keep a watchful eye over and update you as the night progresses. He is one tough hombre, though. We move on to another Kiwi cowboy.
Yeah, that's right. This is Riley Ward. He's a two times New Zealand bull riding champion. He comes from a little town called Central Hawke's Bay, 21 years of age. Hey, and this is BJ. Come on, Kiwis. Oh, man. Well, you know what? You said tonight that the Farley name hasn't been at many of our PBR events. He's been introduced. I know the people above have kept a close eye on his breeding program and his bulls, and you can see tonight 3 for 3, and they're all out within 3 seconds.
Well, it nearly kicked the lights out. Man, oh man. BJ. Riley Ward, 4 seconds.
Well, we're going to move down to the Monster Energy matchup of the section. Thomas Hudson, Dungog, New South Wales, 25 years of age. This young man has drawn a bull called Morgie's Cattle Company Checkmate. 7 times he's been on the PBR Tour, only ever ridden once by Sam Woodall. And that was 2 weeks ago in Hawkesbury for an 84.5 point score.
Well, as we have been saying all night, we've been banging on about it. These stock contractors that are bringing these bulls to Nowra for this event, they have not mucked around. Checkmate, another one of those quality bulls. But Thomas Hudson, he's a quality bull rider as well. He's been there for Team New South Wales in the past, and he has put some big rides on overseas as well. This cowboy has travelled around. He's got the goods. Let's go with him.
Come on, Thomas. Let's do this. Let's do it for the city of Nowra. Man, wow. I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm going to sit on the fence on this one. Man, that's too close to call.
You can't do that. We're looking at a clock. It says 8 seconds. We're going to make sure that is right. It seems like it is. We've got a cowboy up, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. You know, I like the way tonight. Now, that's the quickest I've seen Thomas get out. Slid up, nodded his head. It was game day here in the city of Nowra. He wanted a piece of the pie. Numbers come through. 85 points and a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. 85.
Talk about setting up your night. Thomas Hudson has done that. Well, we'll be back right after this.
Well, we look to the leaderboard, the Monster Energy leaderboard. Thomas Hudson has gone to the top of the pack, 85. Nash Mellors from Gracemere, Queensland, 84. Rounding out the top four, Zane Hall, 83.5. As is our international Brazilian bull rider, Alison Aguilera, also on 83.5.
Is that a mullet? Dude, can I watch you shake it? Shake your mullet. It's all business in the front, but there's a party in the back. When I mullet shake, it gives all the girls a heart attack. Do the mullet shake. Do the mullet shake. Do the mullet shake.
Well, as the big screen says now, if you've got that glorious mullet, let's show the fans. Oh, look at this, a ginger mullet. I didn't know where the beard starts and the hair stops. Come on, sir.
Don't be shy. Shake that mullet, baby. Yeah.
Oh, I know there's more mullets out there. Oh, hang on. Hang on, a young whippersnapper with his mullet. I just don't know. Is that a mullet or a bad haircut?
Oh, baby. Stroke it, baby. Stroke it.
See what happens when you get a mullet? It comes with its own mullet helper. Oh, look out!
Yeah, he's setting a scene. That's my man. That's my man.
Yeah, buddy. Wow, that was fantastic. Well, we have a healthy crowd. No, that's just an 80s perm.
Wow. That's a cute mullet.
Oh, look out. There's a lot of fingers pointing. It's a skullet. Wow. Oh, no, hang on. That one's hidden. Oh, I bet you can't do that again. Oh, yes, look at that. The young mullet as well. Well, Nowra, you have been awesome.
Well, we're going to look to our matchups in this Section 3, Round 1. Kyle Horton, 32 years of age, misfit. Kurt Shepherd, the PBR contender on even up. Diego Galdino dos Santos, Man Glitter, the black and white bull from Victoria.
Well, Brumby Brandenburg then up next on Thumper. We flip it over. We look at his next. Dylan Weir, he's there. Street Sweeper. Kelsey Pavlo back on the tour. Coloured Pass. And Ashton Sweeney will finish us out with Cool Hand. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Round 1, Section 3. Brought to you by Bisley Workwear.
Well, we're going to focus on our first competitor. Here he is. He's all the way from Mareeba, North Queensland. $290,000 in career earnings in the sport of bull riding. He's competed successfully all over the world. But the elusive gold buckle in Australia has elated him all this time. Is it going to be his year? Tonight, he's drawn the bull called Even Up from the Morgie Cattle Company.
Talking to a few of the other bull riders earlier, you know, Kurt Shepherd, he is there or thereabouts every single time. This is a man that is focused. This is a man that has a firm vision in his eyesights. And right now, we are looking at him there in that Ariat bucking chute.
Well, this seems to be a bull that can be ridden. We saw Riley Ward, the 3 times New Zealand bull riding champion, ride him at Hawkesbury 2 weeks ago for 83 points. We also saw Kurt Shepherd. He actually rode this bull back in May of this year in Newcastle. it's a rematch. He was 81.5 on him. Kurt should know each and every one of the moves this bull particularly makes. Whether or not it's going to be good enough to take the lead, most importantly, he needs to get out and get it done. Come on, folks, he is... Oh, man. Well, that is not what Kurt Shepherd needed tonight.
Well, you're going to have a close look at this replay here, Morgs. The Snow River Caravan replay, and just talk us through, because Kurt Shepherd looked like, even though the start was awkward, seemed to have it righted early.
Well, I don't think he was right up over his pockets. His hips weren't forward. He didn't back his riding hand, and of course, once again, the bull was away from his riding hand. His upper body slipped out, and then that's when he was centrifugal force to the ground early.
Well, this is a ride and a matchup that we have been waiting for. I'm talking about one of the Brazilians, Diego Galdino dos Santos.
Well, this is possibly not the rankest bull in the pen, but I tell you what, on his day, here's the most spectacular. He is painted like a picture, and when the contestants can get him done for 8 seconds, average scores around 87 points.
Well, this is a bull that if you are a serious cowboy, you want. You want this type of bull, because Man Glitter has been a Yeti Bull of the Night several times before. He put some big numbers up there. Admittedly, of late, he hasn't really had those high climbing numbers, but man, we saw Clint Glass last weekend pick this bull in the bull draft because he knew how mean and how tough it was. Diego Galdino has an opportunity tonight to put his name up in lights. He can dance alongside Man Glitter. We've got to help him now and get loud with Diego.
Oh, man. Well, once again, he launched that ripcord out of his hand, and it was airborne. Man Glitter. As we've said, look at him. He is a genuine bucking bull known throughout Australia. The last 2 times I saw him ridden was 87.25 points by Quinn Anderson. Sam Woodle rode him at Armidale for 89 points last season, but not tonight. The Brazilians have gone down at 3.94.
Well, Diego Galdino going step for step, blow for blow. Man Glitter, just too much of a handful. Well, we make our way over to the Bisley Workwear Bucking Shoot now. We're looking at young Brumby Brandenburg from Bloomsbury, Queensland. Another one of these cowboys that needs to start putting some points into the bank account so he can get himself into that top 20 come grand final.
Well, this bull is brought to us by the Australian Western Sports Team. That's Paul Kenny. Travelled all the way up from down in the southern part of Victoria with this pen of bulls. This bull, I saw him last year down at Bendigo, or early this season. He was also down at the Farm Fest event. Has never, ever been ridden. He has taken off some big-name bull riders like Bryn Francis, Toby Adams, Caden Sanderland, Zane Hall, have all fallen victim of this bull in recent times.
Thumper is the bull's name. Brumby Brandenburg from Bloomsbury, Queensland. On a perfectly mild night in Nowra. As you can see there, they've actually got that wedge in there, that carbon fibre wedge, to just try and get the shoulder of the bull away from the back of that bucking chute so Brumby can try and get a leg down and get a seat at the table.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. A lot of our audience may not be familiar with some of the tools of the trade, but in this instance, you'll see the wedge that the helpers are trying to put down between the bull and the arena chute. He needs to get his legs down in position so as when he nods, he can be forward of that power. You can see the wedge. It's not hurting anybody. It's just giving him a few inches to get that foot and leg forward of the bull riding rope.
One thing that was always interesting is that these bulls out the back here, they're all calm, they're hanging out, having a good time, but as soon as they make their way up into the bucking chute, they know it's job time. They know they've got work to do, and they start to play the little antics. They start to try and feel out that cowboy and see whether they can beat him before the gate even opens. Brumby Brandenburg, of course, 27 years of age. He's not going to fall for any of those sort of tricks. He's a seasoned enough cowboy himself. And he's also looking at a chance here to put his name in on that leaderboard.
Well, this young man, he's bred to be a professional. His mum and dad were champion all-round cowboys back in the 90s on the Australian professional rodeo circuit. Bridget and Darren Brandenburg were renowned all over the world for their ability in the sport of rodeo and bull riding. This young man, bull riding, Brumby Brandenburg, 27 years of age. I can remember the time he was born. It seems like yesterday. But I tell you, they come from great stock, great breeding, and it's good to see him down here in Nowra this weekend.
Well, our arena there in the back of shot, Mick Gray looking on. Let's go, Brumby! Well, man. Man, oh man. Thumper. Gave him a 1-2 punch. And Brumby's a bit shaken up over there at the arena fence. We'll look back on our Snow River Caravan replay.
Yeah, well, he tried to use that outside foot, but he's fallen victim of the power and the speed. Just got him back off that bull riding rope. You've got to stay square, and unfortunately, he wore him down. He wore him down before that siren. It was about 2.9 seconds. We're going to move down the list of contenders, and here is one young man that we can ride. This is Dylan Weir. He's from Tumut, New Wales, 25 years of age. He's already been a 2 times APRA bull riding champion, but the elusive PBR gold buckle is in his sights.
Well, he looked all class last weekend in Orange. He sat there on Crooked Intentions. He got it done at 83 points. So in Dylan's mind, all he's got to do is put together another ride like that in a 2-round competition like we have here. It's about getting your 2 bulls rode. So Dylan, street sweeper, 5 times it's been out, ridden it twice. This is a gettable opportunity here for Dylan. If his head's right, if he's in the game, he could be taking street sweeper to the cleaners.
Yeah, well, that's a nice way to put it. But I will put this to you, Simon. I've got some positive energy that he'll get him done. I think Dylan Weir is going to suit this bull. Let's see if we're right. Come on, Dylan. Oh, man. Well,
oh, no.
He's not. He's away from his hand. That is not going to be how he would have liked it.
Oh, no. Dylan Weir.
Well, unfortunately, that was one of our Bisley workwear matchups tonight. Notice this bull's away from his riding hand, and that is the momentum that shifted. His hips moved to the outside of the spin, not square throughout that first part of the transition. Unfortunately, one of our champion cowboys down in this event.
Well, street sweeper obviously thinking it's got more work to do. Trying to clean up the arena, Judge. Cleaning up our Snow River Caravan protection athletes as well. Oh, well, he wants to have a little look around. Well, the Snow River Caravan barrel getting a workout as well. There he goes, back home.
That was pretty neat, Simon. Did you train him to do that?
Well, I've got to say, it took me a lot of treats in about 3 years, but we got there.
I'd like to see you in the barrel when he was doing it.
Well, we move on now. Our cowboy that sort of last year, he went away from the PBR. He went around, he went rodeoing, he fixed the body, had a few injuries. He's come back stronger, looking sharp. Kelsey Pavlo from Tura, Victoria, 23 years of age.
And the bullet he's drawn is from the Australian Western Sports Team, Paul Kenny, another of his team. The bullet he's drawn is coloured past. Well, we've all got a coloured past. This bull has had 2 trips, never ever been ridden. Has taken out some big players. Ben Bode at Orange, got down to Lardner Park down on the outskirts of Melbourne, bucked off Joel Ricardo Franco. Is he going to break the monopoly?
Come on, Kelsey. Whoa, man. Coloured past.
Well,
putting on a show in Nowra tonight.
Well, that is certainly making life a little tougher in this division. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wind down this section once we get this bull back to the pen. Man, oh man. We knew the livestock would be at the highest level in this competition. One final in this section. And ladies and gentlemen, this young man is only 18 years of age. He came out of the Stars division earlier this season, turned 18, eligible, and he said, I want to take my opportunity.
Well, man, he has had a tough start. He has found himself on some pretty big ranked bulls, especially last week. He took Mr. T. Look, Ashton Sweeney, Cool Hands, his opportunity. Australian Western Sports, Paul Kenny. Here we go. Let's get behind him, Nowra.
Wow. Well, that's a little disappointing for the young rookie cowboy. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for him. 18 years of age, testing his skills against the toughest here in Australia. Cool Hand from the Australian Western Sports team had him on the ground at 5.03. Well, let's recap the Monster Energy leaderboard. We've seen the boy from Dungog, New South Wales, Thomas Hudson. He shifted to the number one spot, 85 points, leading the race. Nash Mellors, 84. The leaderboard hasn't changed. Zane Hall, 83.5 points. Alison Aguilera sits there on equal third and fourth with an 83.5.
Hey, Morgs, I've decided to come out into the crowd here and now because it's time for some giveaways. Who likes free stuff? Oh, okay. I am looking around. I'm looking, where are all the tradies at? Who wants free workwear from Bisley? Yeah, okay, all right, come with me, come with me. I'm going to get this weapon here. You, sir, come out here with me. Come on over. All right, good. You come stand on this side. What's your name?
Lyndon, mate.
Lyndon. All right, Lyndon, what do you do for a crust?
Oh, I'm a plasterer.
All right, I like that. All right, that, Lyndon. Now, obviously, you've got to have 20/20 vision for that job.
Not usually.
Okay.
I work by myself, so I don't need it.
Oh, look, a lot of good men work by themselves, so don't be embarrassed by that, Lyndon. Now, we're going to test your... Are you for a Bisley Workwear Challenge?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So what we're going to do, Finn, I'm going to get you to come around this side here a little bit for me, Lyndon. You're going to look at that big screen up there. Now, what we're going to have is 3 of those high-vis work shirts from Bisley. This is a magic shirt challenge. $250 voucher. We've just hidden it behind shirt number 1. Lyndon, where did we hide that voucher?
In the left one?
The one on the left. So that's going to be shirt 1. The one in the middle will be shirt 2. And the one at the end will be shirt 3. Pretty simple so far, right?
Yes, we're going to trick me, aren't you?
Yes, we are going to trick you, Lyndon. All right, so everyone here now, you can help Lyndon along. We're going to spin these shirts and let's see how he goes. Here we are. Whoa, look at that. The spin's underway, Lyndon. Keep a close eye on it. Oh. 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 Oh, no. Oh, dear. All right, all right. So you've got a huge crowd here tonight, Lyndon. I don't want you to do this all on your own. I'm going to get the crowd to help you out for a minute. Who thinks it should be shirt 1? Who's thinking shirt 3? Who's thinking shirt 2? Oh, Lyndon, and you had a pretty keen eye yourself. Do you think the crowd's right?
I think they're right on it. I reckon it's number 2.
So you want to lock in number 2?
Yes, Eddie. I like to lock it in.
All right. Well, let's go to the big screen. Let's have a look and see whether Lyndon is a winner. We are looking for the reveal. Shirt 2 you chose. We have a winner!
Well done, Simon. Good to give some of your hard-earned cash away, thanks to Bisley Workwear. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially going to take a 15-minute intermission break while we set the bulls up and get our contestants ready for the second part of tonight's performance. Now, don't forget, grab a bite to eat, stretch those legs, and drop over and visit the girls at the PBR merchandise tent down here on the main stadium ground level, and of course tell them I sent you there for a great deal. That's PBR merchandise available for the next 15 minutes while we take this short intermission break.
Bull Stories.
Previously on Bull Stores.
I want to meet him so bad. My hero. I'm legit too.
Don't do it, little brother. Never meet your heroes. They always let you down.
Don't listen to your bummer twin. Go say hi to Legit in his locker room after this. He's a sweetheart. Loves meeting up-and-comers.
He does? That would be amazing! OMG! There's Legit's workout bench. There's Legit's personalized mini fridge filled with Buckbolt energy drink. There's Legit's horns. She'll be riding 6 wide. What are you doing in here? I didn't see anything. This area is off limits. Now give me those. Come on. I'm sorry.
Stories to be continued.
Doesn't matter what happens to you. Life don't stop. Neither do I.
The all-new Ram 1500 Rebel is everything you'd expect from a Ram, but with a rugged off-road edge. Powered by the all-new straight-six twin-turbo, boasting an impressive 420 horsepower under the hood, its off-road game is beefed up and built for serious 4x4 performance. With rugged good looks and a sleek interior, you could say the Ram 1500 Rebel is a rebel with a cause. Ram beats everything else for breakfast.
Well, I'm running like my hands on fire, and I don't intend to stop even when my legs grow tired. And I got a message from Colorado straight from Texas, captured most of me
like a brand across our heads. We wear 'em proud and wear 'em loud like true blue Aussies born and bred.
The team at the Beenleigh Rum Distillery on the banks of the Albert River certainly are a resilient lot. They've been crafting their world-class rum with the same care since 1884 and insist on using the finest local ingredients, like pristine Queensland rainwater. History tells us that, on occasion, they get just a little too much. Looks like they're ready this time, though. Beenleigh Rum, the real Australian spirit.
Custom designed for your adventures. To take the road less traveled. To discover this land's natural beauty. Engineered and tested for the rugged Australian environment. Experience more with Snowy River Caravans.
We are bringing Nitro Circus back down under. Get your tickets at nitrocircus.com.
History will be made where legends rise. A battle for glory. PBR Grand Finals. Where one rider will be crowned the Australian champion. The biggest event of the year. 2 nights of adrenaline-filled, heart-stopping action. 31st October and 1st November at Townsville Entertainment Centre. Tickets on sale now at pbraustralia.com.au.
Breathe.
Previously on Bull Store.
Go say hi to Legit in his locker room after this. He loves meeting up-and-comers.
There's Legit's horns? This area is off limits. Take that one. Who the hell are you? Who am I? Well, I'm nobody. And you're my hero, and I just wanted to meet you. But instead, you discovered my secret shame that I've had a horn job. I wear a piece. Sorry, kid. Never meet your heroes, I guess. They always let you down. I don't feel let down. You don't? No, nothing could ever take away from what a stud you are in the arena, Mr. 2. But if I may say so, sir, you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. Maybe if you were to come out publicly, well, it could really make a difference. You might be on to something there, kid. A way to make the world a better place? No! A way for me to make more money, more money!
Millions of bulls everywhere suffer from bull pattern horn loss, including me. I'm legit too. Average buck off time 2.81 seconds. That's why I use Just for Bulls horn loss treatment. So, if you too want to be too legit to quit, seize the bulls by the horns and use what I use. Just for Bulls. Anything else is just bull. Oh, gosh. Ugh.
Bull Stories.
Oh, have mercy. My only thought was tequila makes her clothes fall off. I told her put an extra layer on.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, as we start to get the program back on track, what a way to start the evening. Now, this is normally one of Simon's favourite segments. Now, if you're sitting next to someone that you prefer to, let's say, kiss on the cheek, you're more than happy to. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Well, there's a love story and a half. Are we going to have the same result? Hey, cowboy. Yeah. See, there's love in the air. Love in the air. Wow. Oh, yeah. Gee whiz, this is a loving city. Man, oh man, you thought you were lucky. Yeah, now we're going. It's a girl party. Uh-oh, my. Wow. Wow, we're in Nowra. We're definitely in Nowra. Oh, I love my man. Wow. Wow, lucky, lucky man. Wow. Oh, serious? Another mouthful. One more mouthful. There you go. Now you got the courage. No. Uh-oh. There's no love there, huh? Pretty sad story. Oh, yeah, that's cute. Wow. Haven't we got any more loving couples out there? Oh, that's my sister, man. Oh, dear. Wow. That was his mate's wife. No way. No way. Oh dear, oh dear. I think we're unveiling some issues as the evening unfolds. Oh, what a nice one to wind it up on.
Hey, what happens in Nowra stays in Nowra.
Oh, man, what's this generation coming to?
Hey, there's a party in Nowra, Morgs.
Well, man, I need to get back to rural regional Western New South Wales. Man.
Well, here we go, folks. I think it's time you make your way back to your seats as we're going to roll ahead into our round two. Let's have a look at those matchups there on the big screen, Morgs.
Well, we're going to start with Dan Rule, and he's back on top. We went so close in that first round, 7 seconds. He's going to try and get red light done tonight. Jack Rollinson also from over on Cohen's Tequila. There's a former bucking bull of Australia, Zane Hall, Road Rage. Hey, this is going to set for a really interesting section. Alison Aguilera, Rio Branco, Brazil, War Drums, Del Rio from the Scotty Mainzer string for the 19-year-old Billy Nell, and Luan Christian Kamara. He's gone Conquistador from the Scott Mains team.
Well, I think it's no more time waiting around. Here we go, folks. Round two, section one, brought to you by Can-Am, the official off-road partner of the PBR.
Oh, little Akadaka. I can feel this party starting, baby.
Well, this
Bring
is
it on.
what we want to see. Dan Rulin, we're back to the start. We've got to think like nothing's happened. Dan's got to get a score, get his name up on that leaderboard. There's only about 5 cowboys that have been able to get the job done So, I should say 4. So, it could come down to points. So for these cowboys that haven't ridden a bull in round 1, they've got to ride a bull, and they've got to ride him higher than 85 points.
Well, it's a Can-Am matchup. We're going to start with the Can-Am matchup competition. Dan Rulin, the man of the moment from Mount Walker, Queensland, 24 years of age. This young man is following on in a family dynasty. His dad, Ricky Rulin, rodeoed right through the 90s, the early 2000s. Now it's the next generation. Dan Rulin's opportunity to steal the limelight tonight, and the bullet is drawn from the Australian Western Sports Team up from Victoria. Red Light has never, ever been ridden. 5 trips, has won every one of those battles, and now young Dan Rulin is going to be the first man to try and break that record.
Well, he was looking great in Hawkesbury only a couple of events ago. Last weekend in Orange, he couldn't make it there. So this is him now trying to carry through some of that form from Hawkesbury. And Dan Rulin comes from a long line there of quality bull riders. His family heavily involved. They also have their own bulls in Rulin Ranch up there at the back of Brisbane. So he knows a lot about bulls. He knows a lot about bull riding. And Dan Rulin at 24 years of age, he wants to make sure he's got a seat at that grand final table. He's on the bubble. He's sitting currently at 23. We can only take the top 20 in. Someone like Dan Rulin, he seems like, I've got a great feeling about this cowboy at the moment. He's just starting to put together the rides when it matters most.
Well, he's just got to get this bull to cooperate. He's got his man on that bull riding rope. He'll take a pinch. Now, across the palm of his hand. Let's see. As he takes that wrap, bull standing, cooperating at this point in time. He'll clench that fist as tight as he possibly can. And the secret is all in one smooth moment. Slide up, give that knot as we saw earlier with Few. The more time you take in that buck chute, the harder it is to get that bull to stand.
It's all about sliding and riding, baby, with the red light. Can this be the start to round 2 that we need? Well, Dan Rulin not happy there. Looking over, our arena director sticking his head over just to check on things. Cowboys, they can't muck around inside that bucking chute either. They kind of get an opportunity and they've got to take it when they get it. But when the bull plays up, when you lose your rope in your hand, they're afforded another opportunity. Look at that great shot that we've got from our camera team. It's a pretty high ladder to get a cameraman up that high.
Be a great job for you, Simon. Really good job.
They said I was going places.
Yeah, up the ladder. Okay, let's ride with this young man. Let's see if we can get one done for him. He's tried so close in recent weeks.
Red light. As frustrating it is when you're sitting at red lights, you do need to wait the moment for it to turn green. Having all sorts of trouble trying to get that left leg comfy. Here we go.
Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy. He just didn't look comfortable from that time he nodded. Just couldn't get that strong, aggressive start into the chute. Bull's been marked at 40.5 here tonight.
Well, for Dan Rulin, it was a clunky experience, a clunky start. Really couldn't get his rhythm right. Red light, sensing it. Just one of those ugly outs there. But not to worry, Dan has a few more events up his sleeve to make good with it. Well, we now look at this cowboy, Jack Rowlandson. We talked about him earlier from Oberon, New South Wales.
Yeah, well, this is a young man, a quiet achiever. The bull that he's drawn is Cohen's Tequila. Now, this is a bull that the Dittman Bucking Bulls purchased at the start of this season or late last year. He's been a bucking bull of the APRA, now he's on the PBR Tour. Cohen's Tequila. He's good, strong, out to the left, back to the right. The kid, oh man. Jack Rollinson looked to have him done, changed direction. He came up a gear. The bull felt the force, moved up a division when he got to about that 5-second mark, and unfortunately that brought Jack down early.
Well, the Snow River Caravan replay here, as you called it so perfectly. Jack Rollinson looking like he had it, even managed to fix himself halfway through. But...
well, that's a bull that really thinks, Simon. You could see the bull was thinking throughout the course of the ride. He went left. The Cowboy was in total control. He needed to find a gear, mixed it up, and got him onto the ground. We're going to move on to our next man here very, very shortly.
Well, that red Ariat shirt in the bucking chute, it's a man called Zane Hall, one of our Cowboys, successful in round one earlier tonight. This is an opportunity on Road Rage from Dittman Bucking Bulls. He's our first chance to go 2 from 2 tonight. And with a bull like Road Rage, 3 times he's been out. No one's been able to ride him, but they haven't met a Cowboy like Zane Hall.
Well, the one thing about Zane, he won't open his hand for anything. He will keep those fingers closed right to the end of the ride. It's about giving 110%. This bull can produce an 85-point marking. Now, at this stage of tonight, the Yeti bull leader is Manglitter, 43. BJ was 42. Cohen's Tequila was a 42. And Thumper was 42. Can-Am time.
Oh, man. Look at the extension on the hind legs here of Road Rage once we come out.
Well, that was the Ariat matchup of the round on that occasion, and as that bull's reputation certainly foregoes him here tonight because he has really come a division. That bull is getting better and better each and every time we see him in an event.
Boy, Road Rage. Red light earlier, Road Rage is a bit of a theme there. Well, here we are now, ladies and gentlemen. Another Cowboy that had rode his bull in round one, Alison Aguilar.
Well, this is the CTC trucker matchup of the round. War Drums from the Mains Bucking Bulls. Of course, Scott Mains makes his home in the country music city on the western side of Tamworth. Beautiful part of the world. And the bull that is presented here tonight is War Drums. 13 times on the PBR Tour, has only ever been ridden once, and that was in Sydney by Zane Hall, our previous competitor, for a mark of 85.5 points. Until then, he had never ever been qualified on.
Tell you what, there's one thing you don't want to do, and you don't want to put a Brazilian in a purple patch. Allison right now is tall and strong, riding confident on his success earlier. He is up for this matchup here with War Drums. 13 times out, never been ridden, as you said. Sorry, only been ridden the once, as you said there, Morgs. It was a big score, and it was Zane Hall who went out just before him. Allison is up for it. Nowra, are you ready to get loud and help this Brazilian out?
Well, it is any man's event at this point in time. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Alison Aguilera out and around, staying up. Oh, man. Well, you know what, folks? He gave 110%. Ladies and gentlemen on our audience tonight, let's welcome our international Brazilian bull riders, Alison Aguilera. That time, the CTC trucker matchup.
Wow. Allison into his hand. But just too much of that centrifugal force in that spin. He couldn't get himself back up on top. Not to be. Well, I tell you what, that means there's only 2 more Cowboys out there. So it really does start getting very interesting about riding your bull. If you're in round 1 and you weren't successful, if you can ride a bull and get above 85, you could be putting a lot of pressure on the likes of Nash Mallers and Thomas Hudson.
Well, this is another of the stars from the Mains Bucking Bulls, Del Rio. Comes in with a great record of 10 outs, qualified once in his entire life. That was only last weekend at Orange. Kelsey Pavlo rode him for 84.5 points. The rider tonight is only 19 years of age. Orange in New South Wales. And this is young Billy Nell, his first year on tour.
Well, if you remember earlier there, Morgs, he took a nasty whack on that first section. But Billy is tough. He's cowboy tough. He said, you know what, I'm good. I want to be back on my bull. Give me another shot. And then that's exciting. That's exactly what you want to see from these young cowboys. 19 years of age. Billy Nell nods his head. Gates back. Let's go, Billy.
Well, you can see Del Rio wasn't going to take a soft trip for the young rookie cowboy, the 19-year-old cowboy. He felt the full force of the whole situation. They marked Del Rio 41 points for his effort here tonight, but he's big, he's strong. He's had a good spring up there in Tamworth, and the bulls, the condition of them amazed me. They've got muscle on great season, and of course that's showing here in their performance each and every time.
Yes, much like a German athletic team there. So much muscle and power. Now, here we are. A missed opportunity earlier from Luan Christian Camara. He's on the back of Conquistador. We heard Scott Maines talk about this bull earlier from Maines Bucking Bulls. 10 times he has bucked out in the PBR, and there's a big fat 0 next to his name.
Yeah, that's right. And this bull actually bucked him off, Luan Christian Camara, down at Hawkesbury 2 weeks ago. He's got an opportunity to level up the ledger with a qualified score. Now, this bull is a bull that can certainly be 45 points from the judges. He's one of the rankest bulls Scott has. Conquistador, he sticks in my mind as the biggest, toughest and baddest from that part of the world. This young man, well, we wish him well. He's in number 2 spot Australia-wide this year. No Brazilians have ever won our Australian title. Wouldn't it be great to see these guys challenge when we get to Townsville for that $100,000 bonus presented to the winner of the PBR?
Yeah, demure in stature, dynamic in power. Luan Christian Camara has the ability to conquer this bovine beast of Conquistador. It's another matchup. He's a smart cowboy. He'll be looking back over his tape. He wants his shot. Let's go. Come on, Luan. Wow. Ooh. Man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what about our protection athletes here this weekend? What an amazing job. How would you like to write a job description for a protection athlete? They do it week in, week out, 52 weeks of the year. How about a big round of applause for each and every one of those protection athletes out here this weekend?
Wow, look at this here. Zach Marr steps in, puts himself in front, takes the eye line away there. That was pure power. Luan Christian will be giving him a big pat on the back and a big thanks. He probably might shout him a drink or two at the bar. Well, so ladies and gentlemen, something very unique here with our good friends at Can-Am is that they are so confident of their units, they want you to try it. They want you to have a free demo of one of those side-by-sides. So pull out your phones, scan that QR code right now. If you want to get a Can-Am at your place, they will drop it off for you for a day. So you can scan away. It's an absolute free demo. Try it for yourself. They'll run it out. You can put it to work. You can see what it's all about. And I can guarantee you'll be extremely happy with the results. So get out those phones, zoom in on that QR code, scan away, enter your details. Can-Am will be in touch and they will book in a day to bring the unit to your house.
Doesn't matter what happens to you. Life don't stop. Neither do I.
Well, I'm running like my hair is on fire, and I don't intend to stop even when my
Rebel is everything you'd expect from a Ram, but with a rugged off-road edge. Powered by the all-new straight six twin turbo, boasting an impressive 420 horsepower under the hood. Its off-road game is beefed up and built for serious 4x4 performance. With rugged good looks and a sleek interior, you could say the Ram 1500 Rebel is a rebel with a cause. Ram beats everything else for breakfast.
Well, let's go to the big screen. We've got matchups coming up here in the Section 2, Round 2. Charlie Bailey, he's back from Oberon, takes on City Knights. Nash Mellors from Gracemere, Halliday which way? Ben Bode, he's on Pandemic for the Lazy G Bucking Bulls, as is Darryl McPherson, represented from the Lazy G with Zeus. We flip the page.
Well, I love this. Clint Glass, we talked earlier. He got absolutely towed up, but he's fit. He's ready. He wants another shot. Oh, sorry. I've got to say, Clint is not fit. We had a chat to him, and he said, you know what? That hematoma on the shoulder is too much, so he's out. But Riley Ward then jumps forward on Mr. T, last year's Bucking Bull of the Year. And then Thomas Hudson, the man they're looking towards to try and chase on Nirvana. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Round 2, Section 2, brought to you by Snowy River Caravans.
Well, it's heating up. We are setting the scene for a photo finish tonight, and it's going to turn our attention down to the first man, Charlie Bailey, 24 years of age, from a little town in the mountain country called Oberon. Charlie Bailey tonight takes on City Knights from the Dittman Bucking Bulls. Has been out on 6 occasions, ridden twice by Thomas Triplett and Josh Grant. Rode him at Bloomsbury. Well, there's a bull that's one that can be qualified on. Charlie Bailey. He's been a little hot and cold in recent months. Last weekend we saw him 84.5 points. Finished in the top 3 in that division. But till then, it has been a pretty long, cold winter for this young man from Oberon.
Yeah, but he's got that fire in his eye. Let's get behind him. Come on, Charlie. Ride him. Well, I look up at that clock, 5.95 seconds. As much as you wish, it is not 8.
A good opportunity on that little bull. Faded out of there. Started good. Everything was in his pocket. However, once again, trying to ride with full strength on that occasion, it's not going to work. You've got to use that upper body. You've got to use that free arm. You've got to be away from the power. Brought him down early.
All right, the man getting to work on his rope, firing it up, is Nash Mellors. This is one of our cowboys early in the night. He's sitting second at the moment, 84 points. So Nash, can he be the cowboy to bank 2 from 2? He's up against Dittman Bucking Bulls. Halliday which way?
Well, this bull's got an astounding record. 11 outs, qualified once only, for an 87.5 points. It was Lachlan Slade, won the bull riding Caboolture back in August on this same bull. Is it going to be tonight? Gets a good start. I think he can do it. Come on. Oh, man. Well, he found another reason to get him on the ground. Halliday which way? Cranked it up, and you can see why his record is so good.
Man, this round 2 of bulls is just absolutely rank. Yeah, that's the right thing to do, folks. Put your hands together there for young Nash Mellors. Man, it was an absolute fist fight. Obviously hoping, needing to get a big score, get some points on so he can look to get himself a pair of those fancy chaps.
Well, they brought an extra bull into the arena just to try and coax him back out. As you can understand, sometimes these bulls have a tendency to live together, travel together all over Australia. They know their buddies. They know when it's time. The safe place to go is behind the chutes, back to the hay pen, back to the feed pen, and get looked after.
I think he just said, hey, the drinks are on me at the bar if we go home.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to say that. I've been waiting for about 10 years. You've never done it once.
Soon, once I get paid for this job, I'll make sure I pass it on.
Yeah. Haven't I heard that story a lot of times?
Well, Ben Bowe, talk about payday. This is a chance for this young Calliope cowboy. He's got Pandemic, Lazy G, Edgar partnership. 23 times this bull has bucked in the PBR. Only been ridden the 3 times. And it was actually by Ben himself. So he's got the formula. He did it there in Townsville last year. He knows how to beast this bull. This is a matchup that he would have loved when his name came sliding in next to Pandemic. 87.5 is what he got last time. Something like that again, Morgs. It puts him at the top. Let's ride it with him.
He's strong out of there. Young man's got him done so far. Boy, he's holding back. Man, well, it looks strong out of there, but once again, Pandemic from the Lazy G Edgar partnership comes a big with another high mark score in the competition. Sees him on the ground at 5.4, and he's an ideal bull. Young man was going to throw a little caution to the wind, but this bull thinks a lot. Steps, throws his head and horns back, shortens up, walks on those front feet, mixes it up, makes it pretty tough for a cowboy to get into that sweet spot, as they call it.
Well, that was 3 times there with Ben. Now it's Pandemic 2-1. Righto, Daryl McPherson, Potorua, New Zealand. I'm sure a few of the Kiwi fans have stayed up tonight to watch the live stream broadcasting around the world. And Zeus from Lazy G Bucking Bulls stands in the way of Daryl McPherson.
Well, the last time this bull was ridden was by his travelling partner, the 3 times New Zealand bull riding champion. Rode him back in July of this year in Sydney for an 84.5 points. Maybe he's passed on that information. Maybe he has passed on the tricks of the trade to get this one done. Daryl McPherson, the bull comes here with a big record. 9 outs, 2 qualified rides for an average score of 84.8.
Wow. I'm sure Riley would have had a chat with Daryl as well. You know, they would have discussed. But again, you don't want to overthink your opportunity here. Let's go with him. Come on, Daryl.
Man. Well, he's fast, he's flat, he's low to the ground, and that makes it pretty tough to get by on. Man, I mean, he is electricity through and through.
Wow. God, Zeus. That was amazing there for Daryl. He'll look back over it. He'd want another shot at that, no doubt. Getting caught up on the horns is never a good feeling. Not to be his night. So we move on from one Kiwi to another. The cowboy Riley Ward, 3-time New Zealand champion there. He now has a mouth-watering opportunity.
Well, this is the bull that I spoke of in the pre-bull riding event tonight. Mr. T. What an outlaw. What a bull. The Dittman bucking bull, Mr. T. He can be 45.5 easy. Sets up, rocks it on. Come on, Kiwi. Oh, man. Well, it looked good till he got to that corner. Once he pulled out, it was far too much for the Kiwi champion to get by on. Mr. T lives up. They've marked him tonight, 43, equal top mark of the round, 43 for Mr. T.
What?
Sits up, look at this, bull's just warming up. I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring the game to the game, and he did indeed.
Well, that finds Mr. T 43 points. We have a joint leader there on our Yeti Wild Bull of the Night. Well, the cowboy we talked about, the cowboy that sits at the top, it is an original beef chief jerky matchup. Thomas Hudson on Nirvana from Dittman Bucking Bulls. Let's go, Thomas.
Come on, Dom. Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy, Nirvana. He has now 7 cowboys out. Now, that was a rematch. Thomas had him at Nowra. He had him at Orange. And, boy, I like this bull. See the air? See the altitude, folks? That is what possesses that bull to be one of the better. Hey, and guess what? The judges have marked it. Nirvana has gone to the top in the Yeti Wild Bull of the night with a 44-point mark. Now, I hadn't seen the judges' scores, but it's quite evident that bull has got it. Let's look at the leaderboard. Thomas Hudson still 85 points, still leads the race. Nash Miller's 84. Zane Hall and Alison Aguilera 83.5. That has not changed in this second two segments of our Monster Energy competition here tonight.
History will be made where legends rise. A battle for glory. PBR Grand Finals. Where one rider will be crowned the Australian champion. The biggest event of the year. 2 nights of adrenaline-filled, heart-stopping action. 31st October and 1st November at Townsville Entertainment Centre. Tickets on sale now at pbraustralia.com.au.
Make sure you get those tickets for the final event. But what it is, tonight we have got the Yeti Fan of the Night. Now, Simon, where are you, my friend?
All right, hang on, Morgs. I was just explaining to a young gentleman what this is all about. I'm right out in the middle, and I'm looking for the Yeti Fan of the Night because we have this to give away. You won't be able to find this anywhere. I'm looking up high. All right, you got to come with me. Come with me. I've got eyes on someone. I'm looking right up the back. This person here has been going nuts all night. I got this young kid up here. You can have a look at him for me up the back. All right, hang on a second. This guy here has been dancing, carrying on, going nuts. I tell you what, I'm going to make you our Yeti Fan of the Night!
Wow, what a prize. Well done. Well done. Yeti Fan of the Night.
I'll be the last one standing, 2 hands in the air, I'm a champion. You'll be looking up at me when it's over. I live for the battle, I'm a soldier. Yeah, I'm a fighter like Rocky. Put your flag on your back like Ali. Yeah, I'm the greatest, I'm stronger. Bet my dues, can't lose, I'm my own, yeah. Hey, I've been working my whole life, and now it's done.
Well, Morgs, we are down to the end of it. 6 cowboys to go. That Kylie Horton has been scrapped, so we move on to Kurt Shepherd from he's drawn Street Smart, then Diego Galdino dos Santos, Canadian Club, and then Brumby Brandenburg, Crooked Intentions.
Well, then we come to Dylan Weir. He's drawn for the Morgies Cattle Company, Sky High. There's another one of the big ones. Kelsey Pavlo back with Tura from Extra Fly. And round out the final wreck of this event, Ashton Sweeney, the young 18-year-old, from Booga Wooga from the Lazy G Bucking Bulls.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We are into our final section of the night. It is time for round 2, section 3, brought to you by Monster Energy!
Well, here's a young man that's got to keep his eyes on the prize, Kurt Shepherd. That's the cowboy that came into this event tonight as the #1 contender for the gold buckle this season, Kurt Shepherd. From Mareeba, North Queensland, he comes into this event. The bull that he's drawn from the Dunn Bulls, Tony Dunn, this is Street Smart. 2 outs, not being ridden, took out Bailey Selton at Orange. Nash Mellors went down early at Hawkesbury on this particular bull.
This is a cowboy that we've been speaking about. How quality, how much class. And we even got to see it earlier, even though the bull he had got the better of him. Kurt Shepherd, he won't let it happen twice. Talk about smarts, Kurt has more than what Street Smart has, I'm sure.
Well, we need someone to break up the monopoly. We've not seen a good score in this division thus far tonight in the second section. One thing about Kurt, he needs to keep that hand closed. He knows to give 110%.
So a left-handed cowboy. Obviously, if it turns left, it's going to favour Kurt, but I've seen him ride them both ways. He won't be phased on anything like that. He'll just be mind on the job, keeping himself centred. But Street Smart playing up in that Ariat bucking chute. Trying to give Kurt his clear shot. Here we go.
Oh
man.
Well, it was one of our Ariat matchup of the round tonight for Kurt Shepherd. Boy, causing a little havoc out here in the main arena.
Oh, boy. Look, hey, folks, put those hands together for those 3 men in the middle. The work they... Hey, kids, this is a reminder. Please put yourselves back from the arena. Any children that are around the edges of that arena, you need to come back behind that rope. Not just for your safety, but the safety of our cowboys. If they need to jump out of that arena, they do not want to land on top of you.
Man, our protection athletes, they are as good as they get. You'd hate to write that job description for those guys. They do an amazing job, and we thank them continually for the efforts that they put forth. Okay, let's go to our next contestant. Diego Galdino, you can guess he comes from Varzea Paulista, Brazil. 33 years of age. We saw him in Cairns. He was 82.5 points, 85 earlier in the season. Also placed down in Sydney with an 83.75. But tonight, here is a name I'm familiar with, Canadian Club from the Mains Bucking Bulls. 28 times to the PBR Tour, only ever ridden on 4 occasions, for an average score of 85.5 points.
Now, this cowboy is everything that you would expect from a professional athlete. His body, his mind, he puts just as much effort into his bull riding mentally as he does physically. Meditating up to 2 or 3 hours a day, just going through the rituals in his head. He then trains like a workhorse. He is fit and he is up for this. Diego Galdino dos Santos. The mouth guard comes in. He slides on up. Canadian Club. Can it be Diego's chance?
Well, his travelling partner rode this bull last Saturday night in Orange for 85.5. He was qualified to win the bull riding on this exact same bull. He is part of the Yeti matchup of the round competition. Once again, we see that wedge put in place, trying to make enough movement to get that leg and foot placed forward of the bull riding rope.
Well, Mick Gray seeing the rope reset. Maybe no, we're still looking like he's in there. Obviously, he's got his hands wrapped so tight, he's got a short window. Just so he doesn't cut off that circulation. He's only got to hang on for 8 seconds. There's the nod. Let's go, Diego. Come on, Diego.
Oh, man. You know, the power and strength Canadian club. You know what? He came in out of the paddock this week in that condition. Scott Mains is just blown away by the fact that the bulls are performing so well in paddock conditions. And look at the size and strength of him. He's been like this his entire life. Now he's gone to 29 outs with only 4 qualified rides.
Not to be the night for Diego. So now we are having a good look at Brumby Brandenburg. Inside our Bisley workwear chute.
Well, the bullet he's drawn is Crooked Intentions from the Morgie Cattle Company and the Wild Card Partnership. This bull last weekend, Dylan Weir rode him for 83 points in Orange. Prior to that, we saw Kurt Shepherd get him done for 79 in Hawkesbury. He's been an ultra-consistent bull. You talk about 23 trips, ridden over 50% of the time, 56.5% he's ridden for an average score of 82.9. So if you are one of our professional bull riders, your name comes out alongside of Crooked Intentions, you think, boy, that's the one I want. I can get him done. Can Brumby do it tonight? Come on, Brumby. He's out and around looking good, staying up. Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy.
Well, I'm looking at that clock, 7.3. Yeah, Brumby wasting no chance, or no time, I should say, because he looks to me that he's going to challenge that time right there and then.
Yeah, as we see through the Bisley workwear chute, started pretty good. You can see why he gets ridden so often. He has a great format in which he performs. Now, what's going to happen now? Dean Pace, our head judge, has gone back to the review camera, and they will go through from the time that gate and bull cracks across that imaginary chute gate line. I think we're going to struggle to get 8 out of it. I think we are going to struggle, but of course Dean Pace, a man that knows a lot more about the sport of bull riding than I do, and he will give us a thumbs up or thumbs down on this situation.
Looking at it in real time. You are a human metronome, Morgs. I know you don't need a watch. You've got that internal ticker going. But the mechanical piece inside Dean Pace's hand, we're looking for a result. Yes. And it is a cowboy down, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboy down. The official score, 7.9.
Wow.
7.9.
Man, you'd think there'd be a bit of leniency. Couldn't we just cheat 0.1 of a second?
Wait, that's just like a thumb thing.
You know, in the NRL they would. Try. Not in professional bull riding. No way.
It is not 8. Well, you talked about this in our pre-match running through there, Morgs. You talked about Sky High from Morgie's Cattle Company, a bull that we needed to watch. Well, Dylan Weir has had one eye on it all night because he was drawn next to it. His name appeared next to Sky High. Dylan Weir from Tumut, New South Wales.
I'll let you in a little secret. This guy is one guy that can break the record. He can ride the unridables. He's done it before. I've watched him from Camberwell to South Australia and every other major city in between. This young man, maybe only 25 years of age, he broke all bull riding earnings on the APRA circuit. Won major events, but now he wants to go to another level in his sport. He's taken on the PBR Tour for 2025, but he has taken on a real dandy from the Morgie Cattle Company with Sky High.
19 times. 19 times this bull is out. and no one could do it. Even some big names, Sam Woodall, Thomas Triplett, Caden Sandylands. I mean, the list goes on. He is a cowboy slayer. But as you said, Dylan Weir, he is a cowboy that can do it. He's no stranger to big moments and big occasions and big money. Can he dip his hand into that pot of cash?
$20,000. It's hard to say, Simon, because you and I don't get $20,000 in 12 months. These guys get it in one event here at Nowra tonight. $20,000.
Well, he's got Sky High in the way. He'll be on cloud 9, no doubt, if he can ride this bull. But he is not going to do it by himself now. Bucking shoot is where our eyes are drawn.
He'll ease down. He's a professional. He's been in this position many, many times before. He's not going to rush the moment. He is going to take all of the precautionary time that he needs to ensure that he gets that good, strong start. See how calm and cool he is in that buck shoot? There's no need for urgency at this point of time.
Although the Cowboys, if that arena director deems that he has a fair shot and doesn't take it, the arena director can make a call. So there is a certain amount of pressure. Well, here we go.
Well, he was strong, he was bold, and he was powerful. That first move out of the bucking shoot is so critical. And, of course, he popped the foot, lost his grip, and that is where it all unfolded. We get to watch this in the big screen.
Well, our Monster Energy replay there. Boy, oh boy, Dylan Weir coming down. Watch Sky High just still kicking, still fizzing, and absolutely rocks. Oh, we won't catch it there on that replay, but absolutely rocked our steel gates.
Well, this is it. This is the one and final ride of the night, Kelsey Pavlo. The boy from Toura, Victoria, 23 years of age, his 5th season on the PBR Tour, and the bull that he's drawn, this is Extra Fly from the Morgie Cattle Company. Another bull with a big reputation, 13 outs, 5 qualified rides for an average score of 81.1. Last time he was ridden, it was by Macaulay Leather, Australian bull riding champion. Extra Fly stands quietly, waiting for that shot. One man can take the lead in the competition from Thomas Hudson. Is it going to be tonight? Boy, he's starting good, but not to be. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the young man from Toura, Victoria, Kelsey Pavlo. Wow. Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, watch that replay. Cowboy down, 4.14. 4.14. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of our competition here in Nowra. I'd like you, as our fans, to thank the Snowy River Protection athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Wilson, Eric Richardson, and Zach Marr. Big round of applause from ladies and gentlemen, the Lifesavers. I'd also like to take this special opportunity on behalf of PBR Australia to express our gratitude to the officials here tonight, Mr. Dean Pace, Mr. Clayton Lane, and our hard-working, dedicated arena director, Mr. Mick Gray. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have into the arena very shortly Simon Mallory to present to you our Yeti Wild Bull High Score of the night and our Monster Energy, now Invitational champion. Well, Simon, you've got the buckles, you've got the information. I'd like you to pass it on.
That is right. I am standing out here in the centre. And ladies and gentlemen, for our Yeti Wild Bull of the Night, please put your hands together for Nirvana from Dittman Bucking Bulls. Well, Adrian Roots, you are the man that's been put in charge from Dittman Bucking Bulls to bring these bulls to these events down here. What do they tell you about these bulls? Are there any sort of little secrets that they tell you when you're on the road?
Just look after them. They're Ditto's babies, so I've got to on my best behaviour. There's no fast truck driving, that's for sure.
No, mate, and you're doing some big Ks, coming all the way down from Mackay there with Dittman Bucking Bulls. But Nirvana, we just keep seeing it. And I mean, all of these bulls that Dittman are producing at the moment, like you said, they're babies, but there's still more to come.
Yeah, there's a few good ones coming through behind Nirvana. He's a classic bull this year, and he's shaping up really well. He's got a big future.
Mate, we appreciate the effort you're putting in and the help that you're giving to the sport to bring quality bulls like this to the people of Nowra. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's get loud for Nirvana from Dittman Bucking Bulls. Now, I'd like to call out our event champion. That's right, Thomas Hudson. We have crowned him tonight for his efforts in round one as our Nowra Invitational Cowboy of the Night. Well, Thomas, mate, wasn't to be the case in the second round, but talk us through that first round ride.
There wasn't much thinking going on. It was nod your head and get after it.
Well, you got after it indeed. You get yourself up there at 85, a big start. Obviously not to be with that second bull, but how's the body holding up at the moment?
Yeah, no, real good. Yeah, feeling 100%.
And what are you doing? Much training? You getting around the practice pens?
Yeah, bloody poking about and let a few secrets out. But
don't let the secrets out. And being here, a massive crowd, how important is the crowd to you?
Oh, yeah, it's bloody... Without them, you wouldn't have the sport. Yeah, thanks for coming out now.
Mate, it is a pleasure watching you ride. Oh, so close there for that second time. How about you do it one more time, Nowra? Your 2025 Nowra Invitational Cowboy of the Night, Thomas Hudson.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does draw to us a close here tonight. I'd like to express our very special thanks to each and every one of our supporters that turned up here tonight and enjoyed our PBR, the first since 2017 in Nowra. And I can assure you the people here in the PBR Tour are very, very happy with the event. We look forward to being back here again in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, a special thanks to all of our sponsors, the people that work from behind the scenes, from our protection athletes to the livestock contractors, our personnel that have worked extremely hard to bring you this event. We hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to travel safe, drive alive, and we look forward to seeing you back here again next year. From Simon Mallory and Glenn Morgan and all the team here, a very, very good night to you all.